Hello and welcome to this new tutorial which is about this cute little velvety bag which is so in right now. Please check the description box for the links to all the materials I have used, and without further ado, let's get into it. For this bag I am using this ready-made plastic canvas which I found on Amazon, links on the description box, and a 2mm hook. And chenille yarn from Ice Yarns, which is a very velvety yarn and perfect yarn to use on plastic canvas. First I want to show you how we are going to use the hook and yarn to fill this plastic canvas. To start, insert the hook from front to the back, grab the yarn and pull at the front a loop. Try to tangle the end at the back of the canvas. Then skip one square, insert the hook on the second square, pull up a loop and slip stitch with the loop you already had on the hook. Then continue the same process for all the row until you get at the last square of the row. To skip a square, insert the hook on the second square, pull up a loop and slip stitch with the loop you have on the hook. This is how your work will look like. Now let's start with our bag. This kind of pre-shaped plastic canvas have incomplete rows at all the edges as you see. So first we will fill these rows on all the sides. And then we will start filling the long row forth and back. We start at the beginning of the edge row and work until the end like this. Insert the hook from the front to the back, pull up a loop, try to tangle the end of the yarn, then skip one square, insert the hook on the second square, pull up a loop, and slip stitch with the loop you already have on the hook. Repeat until the end of the row. Once arriving at the end of the row, leave the loop out of the hook, insert the hook from the back to the front of the canvas, pull the free loop at the back of the canvas, make a chain. And fasten off. Pull the end till the last chain is tight. Repeat for all the incomplete rows on the plastic canvas. Once all the edges are filled, I will start to fill the biggest section, but you can start with whatever section you want to. So we will start and work straight till end of the row, turn 90 degrees and start working the next row on the way back, and repeating this pattern forth and back till all the section is filled. So we start from the first square, pull up a loop, tangle the end at the back. It's not easy, but it can be done. Skip one square and insert the hook at the second square, pull up a loop and slip stitch. Same as we worked in the incomplete rows. It takes some time, but once you master it, you can go very fast with this kind of work, with this kind of crocheting, and keep crocheting till the end of the row. Once we arrive at the end of the row, leave the last square empty, turn 90 degrees and slip stitch on the next square, which is the first square of the next row. Now keep crocheting on the way back in the same way. Skip one, slip stitch in the next square till the end of the row. Once you arrive at the last square, turn 90 degrees, slip stitch on the next square, and now keep crocheting fourth till the end of the row. Repeat until you finish the whole section. This is how your work will look like once the biggest section is finished. This kind of crocheting and the velvet yarn makes your work look very neat. And now we start crocheting the small section the same way we did the big one. Start at the beginning of the row, work with skip one, slip stitch in the next square till the end of the row, turn 90 degrees, slip stitch in the next square, and follow the same pattern. Repeat this pattern forth and back till all the small section is done. We will crochet the middle section as a third section. This is how your work will look like once finished two sections, front and back. Now we start the middle section in which we leave the first surrounding row of this section free and work forth and back just the middle squares. Same as I am showing you. The pattern is the same as that of the two previous sections. Start from the very first square, which is the closest to the surrounding row. Insert the hook and pull a loop. Tangle the yarn at the back. Insert the hook on the next square space and slip stitch. Then turn 90 degrees, slip stitch on the neighbor square space and work that row again until the end. As you see at the beginning of this section, I don't skip one square as there are not many to skip. Keep working forth and back till the end of the middle section. This is how my work looks like once I finish the middle section, in which I didn't fasten off the yarn, as you can see, because I'm going to continue working the surrounding row, where I'm going to use the same pattern as in the other sections. So what I'm going to do is just grab that loop, insert in the hook in the next neighbor square space and slip stitch. Just follow this pattern for all the square spaces one by one, trying to fill all the gaps and inserting the hook and working even the small spaces where the hook can get in. Now I will go all around at the rows that I left without crocheting on the other two sections. I will follow the same way as that of the middle section. Once all the spaces are filled, we will move on to the back, where I will try with the hook to wave in the ends and cut all the excess yarn. So here is the back, which is perfect, clean, and you cannot see any of the ends. It's all cleaned up. That's why I'm not going to line this bag, as it's already perfectly lined from the velvet yarn. The next step is connecting the four sides of the bag as the side I am showing you. I have used crochet again, but you can use a needle and just sew the edges. Probably it's faster and easier, but anyways, let me show you how I use crochet to do that. Insert the hook from the outer edge of the bag as you see me doing. Grab the yarn and pull a loop. Try to tangle the yarn and leave a long end from the inside of the bag. Then insert the hook on the edge of the other piece that we need to connect. Try to match and don't leave any side of the bag higher or lower. Pull a loop and slip stitch with the loop you had on the hook. Then insert the hook on the other side, pull a loop and slip stitch again. Keep doing this in zigzags, grabbing one time from one side and another time from the other side. Once you get at the end, crochet one chain, leave the loop, insert the hook from the back to the front, as you see me doing. Grab the loop and pull it at the back. Place it well, make one chain and fasten off. For the other two sides, I honestly use sewing because it was easier. Just hide the end at the inside of the bag and sew by inserting the needle on both edges and pull. Keep sewing until the end and fasten off. Now let's move on to the short shoulder strap. For that I used one of the side rings and a 4mm hook. I started by grabbing the yarn and pull it at the front of the ring. Try to tangle the end and crochet a single crochet over the ring. I kept doing that for in total 4 single crochets. Same as you see in the video. And then chain 1, turn your work and crochet 4 half double crochet until the end of the row. Keep crocheting 4 half double crochets forth and back until you reach the wanted length. I crocheted until I reached 52 cm, and now I am going to connect with the other ring. So put the ring at the back of the strap and single crochet all the stitches one by one, covering the ring as well. Make a chain and fasten off. Hide the end before sewing the strap to the back. Before sewing the shoulder strap, we will first fix the metallic accessory that is used to keep the flap closed. The top one was quite easy to fix, as the only tool I needed was a thin screwdriver. The other piece, after placing it in the right place, had to be sewn in. For that I used a tapestry needle with the velvet yarn. I started from the inside of the bag and sewed over the small metallic part that is used to fix the accessory. Did that on both sides. Next I sewed the velvet strap by sewing the rings on both sides of the bag. And the only left accessory was the long chain strap, which was very easy to place as it already comes with 2 hooks that are easy placed on the side rings. And that's it, your velvet bag is ready. So let me show you how it looks like all together. Really pleased with the result. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I would love to see if you made this bag. Tag me on Instagram to see your take on it. Please give it a thumbs up and leave your thoughts on the comment section down below. And I will see you soon on my next one. Tschüss!